Joe Zekas from New Home Notebook in Neo Chicago. I'm sitting here in the office of Matt Garrison, who is also known as the Condo Shark, and has recently become the Shore Shark by expanding up into Chicago's North Shore. What's with this Condo Shark thing, Matt?
You know, I wanted to find a data point that would help people dissect through, you know, the thousands of listings out there and find great deals, because that's what everyone wants right now. And the way we came up with is to monitor price reductions, which is not necessarily the only way to find good deals, but we think it's a really effective way to find motivated sellers that you can get good deals from.
I've been fascinated by looking at the extent of some of the price cuts. $4.8 million to $2.5 million on a South Loop property.
Yeah,
46% down.
Yeah, it's amazing. It you know, in a lot of cases, it could just mean that the person made a huge pricing error in the first place. But you know, it's also just evidence of an opportunity, really, to come in and get something for a great deal. And there's other opportunities when stuff is priced right in the first place that aren't going to be reflected in that data point. And we track those as well, and we send those out to our subscribers.
Some of those are going to represent great deals, and some of them probably not so great deals. I also looked at 2 units of Trump Tower.
Yeah, exactly.
Price reductions of 36%. Do those represent great deals at this point?
You know, there's different opinions on that. In my opinion, not necessarily, just because of the size of the problem over there. I think it's going to be a while before that situation stabilizes. I think there's definitely going to be a floor on that market. I'm not 100% sure what it is. It depends on the unit and the view, but it's probably a little below that.
If I'm looking around today, there are pockets of opportunity. Where are the neighborhoods where you're looking at the best deals today?
Well, there's opportunity everywhere. It's in varying degrees. You know, we have a lot of buyers that have kind of registered with us on Condo Shark that are looking for really prime core Gold Coast properties. You know, you're not going to find too many of those at 40% off.
But I've seen quite a few at 25, 30%.
There are, yeah. There's a number at 25, 30% off, and a number of those are on the lower end of the spectrum. Some 200s down to 125, and 180 down to 130 or 140. When you get up to the larger units, from what I've seen in the really popular nice Gold Coast buildings, you're in some cases you're not seeing any reductions at all.
So you really need the help of somebody who knows their way around this market then.
Exactly, yeah, and I think in some of the prime buildings, it's more of a situation where it's not going to be around long enough to see a massive price reduction. If something comes out and it's priced right, you know, you need to have the knowledge to know when to pull the trigger.
Why the expansion of the North Shore?
It just seemed like a net. Well, first of all, I just think it's really interesting what's going on up there. You know, it makes. I mean, it's just some of these suburbs. You know, Highland Park being an example, is just massive price reductions from the peak of the market. 2005, 2006. You know, the newer McMansion style stuff going for $1.5 million to $2 million. Now it's under $1 million. You know, short sales.
Overpriced to begin with, or just?
I think it maybe just it just got a little ahead of itself, and they're just the market was just not underpinned by demand. You know, at 20% off or 30% off, and I still don't know, you know, exactly where the underpinning are, and they're big houses with high taxes, and there's some great deals up there.
I saw one yesterday that. I remember not that long ago when you couldn't touch anything for under 800 in Winnetka.
That's amazing. I mean,
now there are dozens of properties on the market.
People used to get pushed, you know, maybe they were looking in Winnetka and Kenilworth, they get pushed to Evanston, you know, to get maybe that $500,000-$600,000 price. Most properties in Winnetka now sitting around at $500,000-$600,000. It's a great opportunity for people. I
saw a 5-bedroom, 3-bath on half an acre, 2-car garage, a block from Crow Island School for $650.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Are we gonna see them go lower, or?
I think that at that entry level up there, it's probably pretty close to the bottom. Where I see some distress up there is the $1.5 million to $2.5 million range in some of the nicer suburbs. I've seen massive price reductions, $400,000 or $500,000, and in Winnetka, for example, you've got I think 50 or 60 properties on the market in that price range, and 1 or 2 under contract, and that means prices have to go down.
Coming back into the city, what are you telling your buyers from an offer standpoint if you see a property that looks to be fairly close to priced? What are you counseling them to go in at as some kind of a rule of thumb?
Well, I think every situation is unique, and we address every situation as being unique. But I mean, one of my rule of thumbs to buyers right now, I mean, if they're looking purely from a standpoint of I want to get value, is just to be careful and to not be afraid to walk away. Just because a seller won't take your offer doesn't mean the seller's right. In a lot of cases it means you're right and you can't accept it or won't come to terms with it. And I've seen it happen. I've seen a place that's priced at $750 and we think it's worth $625, and they tell us we're crazy and didn't get upset, and 6 months later it's priced at $625. So I think caution is probably the best advice I can give to a buyer right now. There's a lot of opportunity as well.
Also have to balance out, as I see it, the risk that interest rates are going to spike.
Yeah, well, we know interest rates certainly aren't going to go down from the level that they're at right now. My concern is what happens when the Fed stops buying the agency debt. Is that happening in March or June? It's sometime next year.
Sometime.
If it happens, I mean, they may extend it, but they can't suppress interest rates forever, and obviously that'll affect affordability. So I think caution is in order.